Empower who?
Empower me!
So I got to add sour cream. Dollop of daisy. Get me a spoon. I like the wooden spoons because they don't scratch up your pans. I have to admit, this smells kind of good. So as y'all can see, this is how it's being whipped up in the kitchen right now. Take that out. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, got to get the eggs. And apparently I need 4 eggs. And just FYI, I did preheat the oven. And I'm doing this because we're gonna have Ori on, and Rachel's gonna be walking her through the steps. And so I wanted to make sure that we had a finished product because this is not gonna be a long podcast. It's just something so that we get to know Rachel, and so that we could try some new recipes. I'm always about food, so. And be on the lookout for the EmpowerMEnt cookbook then. How about that? And I need to grease the pan. That was one of the instructions that was given to me. I prefer avocado oil. So I pour a little bit in there. And then you can take a paper towel and just wipe it around. Really? Every time. So for those of you who want to see it, that's how it looks. I think it might go over the top, but we'll see. And let me get the sour cream off the hot stove. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, this is when you tell Alexa to set a timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
We'll get started in about 2 minutes. I think Rachel's logging on now. You want to see the one that's in the oven? Let me see.
Say what?
I said you want to see the one that's in the oven? Let's see.
Yeah, let me get.
Hopefully it turned out good, or it's looking good. Let me see. Let's see. Where is it? You see it?
Can I see it?
Yeah.
No,
You don't see it? Hold on, wait.
I just see you in the stove.
Wait, you should see on the other screen.
I may be tripping. Let me. No, I don't see it, Anthony.
What?
I don't. I just see you in the microwave, but I see you bending down.
No, it should. So look at the other option. So there should be 2 cameras for me.
Oh, wow.
See?
Hold on. Oh, okay, guys.
Is that looking about right, Rachel?
It looks perfect.
So I've been cooking it since. I did it. I started like around 4. No, actually, no. I cleaned up my kitchen around 4, and then I started like around 4:30. Can't cook in a dirty kitchen.
Well, your kitchen looks beautiful.
Why, thank you. And I see people are joining on Facebook as well as on Zoom. I linked it I tagged you. I didn't link it because you didn't give me permission to, but I tagged Georgia Office of Child Advocate. So
Perfect. So are we streaming then?
Yes, we are. And
hi, everyone.
So for those of you who are tuning in, you know that we're all about having fun. And we're going to be doing a cooking series. And I really want to do some with either at one of the group homes, and we'll bring the food or the ingredients, and we'll cook it together. But this is just a time for for us to, I guess one of EmpowerMEnt's goals is to make sure that young people know who are the adult supporters that are in their lives that are helping them, regardless whether it be their foster parents, their ILS, their judge, or whomever. And so fortunately for us today, we have the amazing Rachel Davidson. And you may have seen her a few times because she did our Know Your Rights training in December for our webinar. And who knows, she has incredible cooking prowess. So so this recipe is from her. I already started one about 30 minutes ago. So we'll wait for that to get done. And if any of you online want to help us cook some stuff, we don't mind sending you the ingredients and things like that. And let me see. Let me show you something. Let me see. Turn on my camera. Wait. Oh, that camera is on.
Gotta turn it around.
Yeah. So we have these and more. Can y'all see that? Y'all see these?
Yeah.
So
It's not showing on this the streaming version.
oh wait, let me
It's on your other camera.
yeah, let me stop sharing. All right, cool. Can y'all see these? So,
No, it's not on the screen.
it's not. Oh, well, I'll make it work. But we have these. These are the ones that just came in. But we're gonna be giving away these, as well as we've been partnering with Georgia United Credit Union and Georgia Rise, and so we have some air fryers that we're gonna be giving away, and a whole bunch of cooking ware. So stay tuned about how to get those, because we're probably gonna do a cooking trivia, as well as do some other things. But we're always looking for ways to help our brothers and sisters in care transition successfully. And I like to eat, so. All right. Right. So go ahead. I guess we're waiting for you to start, Ori. Yes, it's on you. You're our guinea pig for tonight. So.
So I'm showing you how to mix it. I'm Chef Morty.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, so Ori, you got all the ingredients, right? And you got the instructions. And so just so everybody knows that this is a pretty easy, straightforward recipe. Because even though Anthony says that I have cooking prowess, there's some debate there. And so anyhow, but even I can't mess this one up. And it is amazingly delicious in the end. So Ori, do you want to talk through what steps you're taking and all of that?
Well, now I am pouring out my I have my ingredients. I have my eggs here, my butter. I'm going to be substituting the milk for almond coconut milk. I already made a batch, so I tasted it and it tastes.
That's actually what I use as well. I've got all sorts of dietary issues, and I make all kinds of substitutions, particularly with this, and so I use that as well.
All that milk.
So actually, instead of sour cream, I use yogurt.
Really? You didn't tell me that. I could have used yogurt. Like.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's really good either way.
Yeah, it is. It tasted better actually. So the sour cream, I have sour cream, but because I made a batch already, so I have cream corn, a whole kernel. So I'm actually gonna. It says it's a non-stick pan, but I'm gonna line the pan with some vegetable oil because I don't like my bread.
That's exactly what I
That's
did.
a good plan.
I used avocado oil.
So I just pour like a little bit, like a tad bit, and just get it in there. Guys, not a lot.
Yep.
So I have.
You can grease the pan with the oil or the butter or the margarine of your choice.
Yeah, any kind. I actually have the unsalted margarine that Anthony brought me, and it tasted fine. Like it tastes like regular cornbread. It was delicious, actually.
So she actually had to come up because when I brought her the ingredients, I left my butter in hers, and so now she has two butters. Like,
yeah, more butter for me. So, I have the milk. I don't usually measure how much is on the box. It says what? 1/3 cup milk. That's what it says. But I usually just eye it. And if I need to add just a little more, then
yeah.
I add more as I go. I'm dropping stuff, guys.
Yeah, in the South, I swear if you pulled out a measuring cup with my grandma, you'd get hit. So it's fine.
Look, I'm not letting you know because, I'm a soldier, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous making this cornbread. So yeah, but I'm just because I don't like lumps. You want to make sure you get the lumps out of the bread too. So
that is key. Yes.
You could use a handheld mixer, but for me, I'm just gonna use some elbow grease.
Are you using a spoon or a whisk?
Huh?
Are you using a spoon or a whisk?
A spoon. But earlier I used a fork, but I don't know. We just getting it.
Yeah, no shade because I use a spoon. I actually use a wooden spoon.
Yeah, but it's actually a fork works better because it helps to get the lumps out.
It sure does.
Oh, and I'm curious to see how you use your can opener. Do you use it?
Huh?
Do you use it so I don't know if not everybody knows the trick to open the can using the can opener where it doesn't produce those jagged edges. Do you know that
on the what you say, Anthony?
I said, do you know the trick of how to use the can opener where it does not produce the razor edge?
No, because that happened to me earlier.
Oh, I will show you. Actually, let me set up this other camera so I can show you. I'm gonna use the wait. I want to make sure.
It's looking good, Ori.
Huh?
It's looking good.
Yeah, I'm actually because I don't like the lumps and stuff. It doesn't, so I'm trying to make sure I get all the lumps out.
Yep.
So if you can see on the camera, can you see this, Rachel?
Yes.
So you see that there's none of the edge is not sharp. See,
that is beautiful. Did you use sorcery?
I love that one. So what you do is you place the can opener on the top and close it like that. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then you twist it around.
This does look like sorcery.
Yeah, and then you twist it around, and then when it's done, it'll just come off anyway. And that way, there's no razor edge.
Wow, that's incredible.
See?
Look at you teaching us new things.
Look, right.
And this is for those of you who have kids and they're in the kitchen. This is how you teach them. So
that's amazing.
Good to know. I actually had to get 6 stitches in my finger one time because I'm bad with opening cans. Yeah, so that's good to know.
Yeah. And so even this, like, it's not as sharp as it would be if you did it the other way. So there you go. And now I have to figure out how to use this. So. But it was a teaching moment. I don't let food go to waste. So that was a teaching moment. So
Oh, I'm sure that you will come up with a delicious use for it. So, Ori, do you have everything like mixed up already?
I don't. I was watching Anthony. He had me mesmerized by the can opener. So you put one egg into the mixture. Let me get my eggs open. I have brown eggs here. I don't have the regular egg. Thanks, Anthony.
you're welcome.
So just mix the egg on in there.
And just FYI, that can trick may be on the trivia quiz to win some of these prizes. I have to go tomorrow to pick up a whole bunch more stuff from Georgia Credit Union. Thank you, Georgia Credit Union, for helping us put together some items. And they're gonna be legit items. So air fryers, pots and pans, as you see, blenders, and then we're actually gonna be, whoever wins them, we're gonna bring you on, and we're gonna do a recipe with it. So you're gonna get free food out of it too. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So
I just added. I the cream corn. I just like. I have measuring cups, but I'm a pro at this. So
Yeah, well, and the recipe is so easy. Like, you just have to get like one of the cans of cream corn and one of the cans of kernel corn, and you don't even have to measure. Like, you just dump the cans in.
that's exactly what I did.
It's a really delicious recipe. Is this a family recipe?
So I don't know where it originated, but it is a recipe that we have used for many family gatherings. Growing up, when there was like a birthday, like it would always be a part of the meal. And anyhow, because of the pandemic this year, was our first year to have Thanksgiving at home, just the four of us. And my children, who are both very picky eaters and like to shun vegetables, I made this, and they ate it happily and asked for more. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a win. So yes, it's a great comfort food. It's a great side dish. It's a great main dish, whatever you want to make it, So that's the beautiful part about it. But it definitely holds a place near and dear in the hearts of all of my family members.
So
yeah, it's really delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So we're curious, Rachel. One of the reasons why we do this is so people get to know who you are and why your job is important. So I guess, who are you and why is your job important?
I'm a recipe. I was about to put butter inside the bowl. Make it more.
You butter it up.
Butter it up.
Yeah. So my name is Rachel Davidson. I am the director of the Office of the Child Advocate. And so I often say that our office is small, but we have big responsibilities. And so we are there to get, we get complaints about mostly defects, but the child welfare system as a whole. We also serve as an ombudsman. And so that's basically just somebody who advocates for others. And so in this case, it is advocating for children and young people in foster care. And so part of my background, I previously represented children in foster care in DeKalb County as their lawyer, and so anyhow, I think that experience really helped me to get a better understanding of the needs of young people in foster care, and their desires. And being an attorney who is in that role of being client directed, while also looking out for a child's best interest, really kind of like helped me just sort of feel like I could help them in the way that they most needed, just by hearing them, and by encouraging them, and then going and advocating for them. So kind of taking those experiences of advocating for individual children. Now I am at this place in my career where I can advocate for a lot more young people in my current role.
Wow. And so what is, I guess, I'm trying to think of the right way to ask the question. So what is one of the things that you try to make sure that any youth that you come in contact with know, whether it's about their rights or whether it's about their case or anything like that? Like what is it?
So, oh gosh, it's a really good question. I think the world of all of the young people that I encounter. I think that, one, I want young people to know that they are seen and heard. And I mean, you've gotta not only talk the talk, you have to walk the walk, right? And so anyhow, when I interact with young people, I want them to know that I genuinely care. It's not always like a situation where you can just wave a magic wand and fix everything, even though we always want to. But so many times that, I've interacted with young people where it's just, they feel so much better just because I have taken the time to show that I care. And so I think that goes a long way. And frankly, I think that it has helped me sort of build the relationships, to build the trust of the young people, because, we want to do good things, but we need the young people to inform us what those things are that they will actually find most useful, as opposed to putting our own spin on what we think will be useful. So just trying to make sure that we are not taking like that paternalistic sort of an approach, and really including youth at the table, and kind of like engaging in that truly authentic way, is one of the things that I always want to try to do. And kind of as part of that, that when I was representing individual kids, that every conversation that I had with them, I would kind of like lay out a game plan, and I would say, all right, this is what I anticipate will happen in court, and like this is kind of like the direction that I think that we should go, or whatever. And I would always ask, like, do you think that that's fair? Because I think that so many young people, they don't have control over much in their lives. You add in being in foster care on top of that, and that amount of control is even more diminished, right? And so just by asking the question, do you feel like this is fair? Even if this isn't exactly what you want in this moment, but you can see that this is what will help us get to what you want. Yes. That really went a long way. And so part of that authentic youth engagement for me really involves sort of, wanting to make sure that young people feel like what we are doing feels fair and right, and will ultimately be helpful for them in the end. Awesome. I feel like I might have gotten off on a little bit of a tangent.
No,
if there was another question I was supposed to be answering, forgive me.
No, that's awesome. Like I love that, and I personally have seen like where we've been able to talk with you about a young person, and then I asked the weird question of, hey, how about can I have the young person talk with you directly, because I don't want to misrepresent them, and then you're just so open to talking with them and getting their input or what have you. And so that I know that has been tremendously helpful for us here at Georgia Empowerment and MAC to be able to have somebody that's in your position with your knowledge to be able to talk to a young person about their rights and about their options or what have you. So I'm always happy to hear from amazing people like that.
Well, I just appreciate that y'all will reach out to me.
And so I guess what is your I guess a story about I guess a success story that you had with the youth, and how did you help him or her advocate, or were you able to advocate for them to be successful?
Sure. So, you know, I
Sorry,
think
that's Alexa. I set Alexa to a 45-minute timer. Hold on.
you got to check on it.
Wait, let me see.
All right. Should I go on while you look?
Wait. I'm trying. I need to pull it back up. Is that right?
Oh, that looks beautiful. But now what you're going to have to do is pull it out and like stick like either a fork or a toothpick or something in the middle and see if it looks right in terms of like, is anything sticking to the fork or the toothpick? Or does it like look cooked through, you know?
And so no.
Let's see. It looks beautiful.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah. Nothing
cool.
was on there, right?
That's a little bit on there. I think it needs a few more seconds or a few more minutes.
You can have a little bit on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and just FYI for the quiz, that will be one of the that will probably be on there. So one of my rules when I have like my nephew or my goddaughters or nieces in the kitchen with me, is that when we're in the kitchen, everything is hot. Everything is hot. I don't care if I haven't turned it on yet. Like everything is hot. That's just a safety thing. So that they don't go and put their hand just to rest on the stove or go, because I have a cast iron skillet, and you know the whole thing heats up, not just the pan itself. The whole thing heats up. So I always say everything is hot in the kitchen. So
Really smart.
Yeah.
And those knives are all sharp too. Don't
Yes. Yes. All right, we're back to you.
Yeah. So one of back to when I was representing children directly, I had a lot of teenage clients, and that there were plenty of times where I started to feel like a high school guidance counselor. And then I started questioning whether I missed my calling because I was enjoying it. You know, I think that teenagers in particular are at a time in their lives where just like there are endless possibilities. And like the sky is the limit. And it's like, which path are you going to choose? And that's really exciting to me. And so anyhow, but I also encountered a number of young people where there was no real expectation of doing anything after high school. And so you know, I was really passionate about trying to instill some expectation of you're going to do something upon your graduation of either your high school diploma or your GED or, you know, whichever path you take. And I don't really care which path you take. I just want you to have, you know, a goal. And so anyhow, because frankly, I get very frustrated by some of the stereotypes that youth in foster care encounter, and knowing that it's not necessarily a lack of desire for young people. It's placement changes mess up your credits, and anyhow, it pushes you back in school, and this is really through like no fault of your own, right? And so anyhow, like I get frustrated by all of that. So long way to get to. I had a young lady that I was working with. She was 16 at the time, and she wasn't happy with her placement, and frankly, I wasn't either. But at the time that there wasn't a whole lot that we could do about that. But part of it was that she was frustrated about her education situation as well. And so, I said, listen, we can go talk to the judge. I was like, I'm not entirely sure if anything is going to change or not. I'm like, it's kind of unlikely. So I worked on sort of setting the expectation about that. But I was like, there's no reason that we can't try. And so anyhow, we had the hearing. She kind of talked through, here's what I'm struggling with, and the judge, sure enough, said, yeah, there's not a whole lot that I can do about that, and I'm really sorry. But he took the time to listen to her, and she had that opportunity to voice her frustrations, right? And she was so impacted by just having been heard. And knowing, okay, I didn't walk away with exactly what I wanted the outcome to be, but one, I understood the possibility that I wouldn't. And two, I was heard. And so anyhow, I think that went a long way, right? It wasn't necessarily about changing her education situation, but it was empowering her. And so anyhow, I can tell you that she did graduate high school and she did go on to college. And so anyhow, knew that she would be successful, but she also said that I was the first person to set any kind of an expectation for her to do something after high school, which frankly, I was kind of saddened by, because she's 16 at this time and nobody in her life has encouraged her in any way past high school. And so that was a bit eye-opening for me. So she and I both learned something from that experience, right?
Awesome. Let's go back up to the cooking. Where are we? Is everything in the oven?
Yes, it is in the oven. I set it at 400 degrees.
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to take this one out of the oven, so I'm gonna set this camera up and turn it on. Whew. Where's my?
Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
I feel like
Yeah, like 3 cameras.
It's like
Right?
where's my thing grabber?
And Anthony, you're also going to have to give us your address so that we can all come and have a bite.
Well, you're more than welcome. So, is that looking great?
Yes, I see like a little bit of golden brown on the top there. Yep, that's gorgeous.
Huh. Okay. Look at that. All right, let me see.
Are you surprising yourself?
Well, I don't bake. I cook everything. I do not bake. So for those that are on those pictures that I put, some of the pictures that you see online, like if you follow my Instagram or Facebook or something like that, those are actually from stuff that I cook. So like.
Okay. Well, I'm not a big baker either, and this is like one of those things that I don't think that you have to get measurements as specific as you do with baking other things. I view this more as cooking because I'm better at the cooking than the baking also. So I totally get where you're coming from.
All right.
Is it steaming hot? Don't let it burn your mouth.
Oh, I'm not.
Don't make a mess of your kitchen.
Listen, I have a dog. He'll come and lick it. But
Perfect. The suspense. How'd you do? And we're also going to want to know how it compares to other cornbread that you have had in your life. No pressure.
I can't hear you. I'll compare it to other cornbread that I have made. This is the best. This is the best.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because
Um,
I mean, normal cornbread, right? Like it doesn't actually like have corn actually in it.
yeah, I know.
And so this one does. So I don't know where that name corn spoon bread comes from, but anyhow, I imagine that it has something to do with the corn being in there, or maybe you eat it with a spoon, or I don't know. But the like mixing like the regular corn with the cream corn just like gives it like that creaminess, and it gets like that little bit of corn in all of those bites, and delicious.
Put it this way. This is gonna be on my menu for when I'm able to start doing our Christmas dinners again. So this is going on the menu. So,
I feel so honored.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to tell my mom too. She's going to be so impressed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's see. I want to ask. Let's see. So what is, since this is a get to know you session?
Ooh, sure.
What is your favorite thing to do? Like outside of work, like your favorite thing to do? Because I've seen you run. I was looking at your Facebook, and I see you do marathons and things like that. Or you've done a marathon. I don't know if you do them.
I was gonna say, let's not oversell it, Anthony. So actually, no. This would be good to talk about. That I went through a time in my life where I was having a lot of stress, anxiety, depression type symptoms, and anyhow, I wanted to use exercise as a way to kind of cope with all of it. And so I set a goal for myself because I do much better with goals than just saying like, oh, I'm going to change my lifestyle. But so one year I set a goal where I was going to run some sort of organized race at least once a month. And so most of those months I did 5Ks, maybe a 10K or two here and there. But towards the end of the year, I did a half marathon. And I had done one half marathon before that, which I did not properly train for. And anyhow, that half marathon, I got like a personal record, and was very proud of myself. So yeah, but I also have done one half marathon since then, and I have not been consistently running. So I need to like get that goal setting back, so that I can continue to use exercise in that way to deal with stresses of life, right? Mm-hmm. But otherwise, you can see all these books behind me. I have not read them all. I have read a lot of them. My husband has also read a lot of them. We both enjoy reading. And so anyhow, when I take the time, I enjoy reading. And I really love to read on the beach because the beach is my happy place.
Really?
Oh yeah. So because I grew up near the ocean, and not that you should ever skip school, but if you happen to skip school, it's ideal to live near the ocean so that you can go to the beach. Because I would never skip, and I don't condone that. But just being able to go, like, say on an early release day, go hang out on the beach. The salt air does something for me. The salt water does something for me. And I love the sun. I love being warm. I'm not a fan of cold weather. And so when I moved to Atlanta from Florida, it was definitely a shock to my system. And I know that all those people from up north are like, this is nothing. But for a girl from Florida, that was tricky.
Yeah.
But I think I've adjusted.
Yeah. See, we're just the opposite. My ADD will kick in after 30 minutes, or after the 30 minutes that my Switch battery died down on the beach. Like, and then I have to go do something. Like, so I love the water. and everything. I think I was talking to somebody about this earlier. I love the water and everything, but as far as just sitting there on the beach, I don't know. After 30 minutes,
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
turn.
so Anthony, would you go beach or mountains?
Is the mountain by a creek?
You make it up, whatever you want it to be.
Yes, the mountain.
Okay, what about you, Ori?
Yeah.
I'll
Huh?
pick the mountain.
You pick the mountains?
Yeah, I like walks.
Okay.
Yeah. And
You
I
know
have my
you can
dog.
walk
Yeah.
on the beach too.
Yeah, well, I love the beach. I do. I love the beach.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, is there anything that you want, since we're wrapping up, this wasn't intended to be a long thing, since we already have, we're going to kill this.
Come on, I gotta show you mine too.
So, all right, let's
Hey, how's it coming over there, Ori?
Hers is done too quick.
It's done.
It's done?
Yes, it's done. I posted 3 times to make sure.
Wow. Okay. So,
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
yeah. So for those of you who are logged on, whether on Zoom or on Facebook, and then when I pop it onto YouTube, if you would like to, if you're a group home and you'd like for us to come out and do a cooking thing there with some people, we'll probably take some of these recipes and add it with whatever we do. Please do not hesitate. We're always looking for ways to engage our brothers and sisters that are in care, to show you amazing and don't support us, like Rachel Davidson, show you, like, one, what it is that they do, and then two, that they are amazing people just outside of work. So Rachel, did you have anything that you want to share or say before we sign off?
Well, assuming that we have some young people engaged here,
Yes, we do.
want to just give a little bit of a plug, that, I talked earlier about youth engagement. And so I am always looking for ways to make sure that youth voice is heard, that it is incorporated into the work that we do, the decisions that we make. And so anyhow, OCA puts out a monthly newsletter. And I always have a youth voice piece, and I put very little parameters around what that should look like. But really, I want youth to really just share what it is about their experience with the foster care system, that they think would help those people working in the system. And so, and I know some people, not myself, but some people are really good artists. And so, if you are one of those people where you speak through art, I am happy to include a picture of your artwork. I'd appreciate a little description of what the meaning behind it is. But anyhow, that can totally constitute youth voice, in the event that you prefer art over the written word. But it doesn't have to be long, just whatever speaks to you. So there's lots more information on our website. You can see previous newsletters at oca.georgia.gov. And just know that we are a resource here for you, and we're always looking to try to remove barriers, and any brilliant ideas that y'all have that you think that we can help with, we are game.
Awesome. And I guess a great visual would be, where are you kind of like in that hierarchy of checks and balances within the state of Georgia? Like, how does that look as a visual?
So you mean like in terms of DFACs? Yeah,
in terms of defense, in terms of the state, since y'all are technically attorneys and courts and stuff like that.
Well, so I am an attorney by trade. You do not have to be an attorney to be the OCA director, although every OCA director has been an attorney so far. But yes, so our office, the director position, is appointed by the governor. And we have that kind of oversight capacity when it comes particularly to DFACs, that we have access to all of the DFACs records and information and all of that. And so anyhow, but we really approach our work for the most part, I mean, through a collaborative way. So there is certainly this accountability piece, and that our folks are really good about holding folks accountable, but through a collaborative type of a way. So that, you know, I think that that's really important to be able to get to the heart of the issue. You know, it's we need to be able to figure out why things are happening the way that they are happening, in order to really make some good positive change. So I better shut up, because otherwise Anthony is gonna like eat the entire thing in front of us.
Well, normally I don't eat when I'm presenting, but it's a webinar on food. I don't.
Right, you totally should. See, and this is the problem with eating while you're doing the webinar, right?
So also I wanted to invite you. We are doing a poetry slam on March 19th.
Okay.
And so we already had a few people say that they want to present something. So if you want to, I think one person said that they're reading something by Maya Angelou. So if you want to come on and just either be a spectator, or you want to read something from your favorite poet, and then maybe one of the artists on there could write something for your for the newsletter that you put out.
That would be amazing. I love that idea. You're so good at connecting people. I love it.
I try. Ori, thank you for being our guinea pig. Is there anything that you want to say? Because I know you started your own. It's not therapy. Don't correct me. I lost it. You started your own business helping people, correct?
My nonprofit.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I have a nonprofit. It's called Transform Your Trauma Inc. And it's for individuals who have or who want to heal from traumatic experiences. Most of these individuals have.
You're breaking up. You're choppy. You sound like a robot.
Do I sound like a robot? Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. What all did you hear?
It started chopping up. So just to mention, if you haven't seen Ori's, Ori did a Through Their Eyes podcast, and she talked about some of her experiences, especially. I think she was one of the ones that I got extremely. I'm online, extremely upset about because of her experience of just being dropped off after she gave birth, or something around that, like at the hospital, and I was like, how can people do that or whatever? But or if you want to listen to her story, please go look at our Spotify or check out our YouTube, or on Facebook. But go ahead, Ori. I apologize. Just had to mention that.
Yeah, I have a nonprofit. It is called Transform Your Trauma, and it's for individuals who want to heal from traumatic. And most of these individuals have CPTSD and PTSD. So, yeah.
Awesome. And make sure when you check out our Facebook and look at this particular video, you can link it in there. So add it as a link.
Okay, yeah.
So for you as well, and I linked OCA in the description for this on our Facebook. So go check out their Facebook, and pretty soon you'll probably see a cookbook from EmpowerMEnt. So we'll see.
How exciting!
I know. All right. Well, thank you for joining us in the kitchen, and thank you for this recipe. Like this is this is it.
It's wonderful comfort food. So whoever makes it, I hope that you get a lot of comfort out of it.
Yeah, I will. All right. Well, you have a great day. Ori, thank you for being a guinea pig, and I won't come at you for my butter. Anybody else, if you want to be a part, you know the email address and everything. So I'll be on the lookout for that. Everybody have a great day.
Thanks, y'all.